Well, good evening, everybody. I think we're going to check to see
Yeah.
what it looks like on Facebook. So hopefully we're live right now. My name is James Lenhart, and I have
Hi, everyone. I'm Angel Whitmire.
Angel with me. And we have a few guests with us this evening, too. Yes, they're all on here. We've got Jean, Aaron, Carrie, and Mick. They're going to be sharing a little of their Oola story tonight with us as we go through tonight's presentation. And we're just really excited to be here tonight. There's less than 7 days till we all get access to something that we've learned about, really, for most of us that are watching this, the last 2 months.
Yep.
And so it's an exciting time to kind of be a part of this movement that, if you're watching this on Facebook Live, you're watching this via recording, we're just so happy and blessed that you're here tonight just to learn more about what we've got going on tonight and give you a sneak peek.
And I would just say, listen with an open heart and an open mind, because I think all of us could benefit from this, whether you come in as a member or an ambassador. We'll talk about all of that. But just, I think within the last year of kind of what's been going on, I think we all probably feel a little out of balance, right? And so just listen to kind of what this is about and how this really could resonate with you and really could change your life, as far as just learning how to get to that next step to reach your goals and to get more balance in your life.
Yeah, I mean, because most people they go through their life and they don't know even how to set goals or what the details of those or anything. And I think a lot of people are out there just kind of shooting in the dark. They'll pick up a book, they'll go to a seminar, a mentor, a teacher, all those different things. So it really kind of comes down to what we're going to show you tonight is a framework for you to achieve all of your goals in every single area of your life. We can attest to it because it's helped us immensely. I know a lot of people that are joining us tonight and some of our panelists, even just knowing Oola for the last month or two has changed and altered the course of some of their lives. So we're going to be able to share that tonight.
What I love about this too, though, is the panelists that we have on tonight knew nothing about Oola till like a few months ago.
Except
for one.
Yeah.
So that's the really cool thing about this, is it really is for everyone, whether you know Oola or you don't, right?
I love that. So, and tonight is really about, hopefully you can see my screen. It's really imagining living life differently. Because if you've ever been around personal growth and development or picked up a book or, wanted to improve yourself, it comes down to, where should I go? How should I do this? And you're kind of trusting the author or the speaker or the teacher or the trainer to guide you down that path. This is about doing it differently and rearranging your life in a way that creates balance in all 7 key areas. And as we talked about, this is Angel Whitmire, and I'm James Lenhart. And I was introduced to Oola about a year ago. And it was in the middle of the craziness last year. Before that, I've worked from home for the last 18 years and had a lot of fun in that area. And I do consulting work. I've had a branding and marketing agency. But I've always loved personal growth. If I look at the commonalities between all the successes I've had as deemed by the real world, it would be because of personal growth and development. Not because of me. It's because of me choosing to grow and having faith in God and going towards that path and always wanting to improve myself. That's where my success came from, not anything I did, because I'm not the originator of any of this stuff. And so when I found Oola, I said, wow, this is a lot of things I've learned already, but it made me aware of a framework that I didn't know about. And so I went through an Oola Life Coaching certification program, really just to understand it. And at that time in my life, I was high in some areas that we're going to talk about here in a second, but very low in other areas. I was low in family and I was low in faith. I'd gone through a divorce about a year earlier, and just kind of was at the point in my life where I was like, well, this is the best it's going to be. And that's just the way it was. And I realized it didn't have to be that way.
Surprise!
Surprise! And then we actually met because of Oola in a way. I had been going through the coaching certification. I was posting a lot of positive content. And this little one reached out to me and said, what's Oola? And that was the beginning of our conversation. And we really met over Zoom in a past business that we were a part of. And Oola kind of brought us together. And now, fast paced, almost a year now. I've never felt closer to God because my faith was really low. And I have the most amazing, beautiful family in Angel and in Camilla and in Zach and in everybody in our family that's just growing and flourishing. And a lot of that, I think, is because of the awareness of what Oola can do, just not in our life, but causing that ripple effect in everyone around us life. So why don't you share what Oola's done for you, your background and
Yeah,
All that good
so my
stuff.
name's Angel Whitmire. Hi, everyone. I'm a mama of two. I have a 21-year-old son named Zach, and then I have a 5-year-old daughter named Camilla. So, yes, you heard that right. Both ends of the spectrum there. I'm also a certified holistic health coach and personal trainer, but I love everything health and fitness. And, I've been in the home based business for about 7 years, done a lot of nutrition coaching, health coaching. But when James and I met and we just started discussing Oola, and I watched kind of his journey through that, and then us getting together, and then now over the past year, really watching what has flourished, because he's been so aware and so consistent with, striving for his goals and living the Oola life. Like what has transpired, I'm like, holy moly, like everyone needs this in their life, like including me. And even just what's transpired over the last couple months with me being more aware and being in tune with this framework and really setting those goals and really thinking about what I want those goals to be. But I'm so excited for what's coming on June 7th, as you've been hearing the buzz, to actually like have the framework in my hand and go through it with all of you, as well, everyone new here. So Oola for me, I feel, because I was a health coach, I felt like I could only help a certain number of people a day. And I could only help the ones that really wanted it, right? But I feel that this framework and this personal development global platform is going to change the world, because not only can I help, the people that ask for it, but I can help millions of people now, in other areas of life. Because as a health coach, I'd be like, it's not just about what you eat and about exercise, it's about everything else going on. So we used to teach the wheel as well, as far as like, are you stressed out? Are you in a great marriage? Like, do you go to the bathroom? Like, all those things matter when you're trying to get your health in order. And so what I love about this is it's able to transform your life in so many different areas. And now I can really help a lot of people and make an impact. And that's what I love about this 1B7 movement that you're going to hear about in a minute.
Well, and that kind of brings us to our good segue, babe. That brings us to what this brand is really about, because you're hearing the word Oola. Maybe you've never heard of this before. You're like, why am I in this group? How did I get here? What's going on? What are these people talking about? Is this a dating service? No, it's not a dating service, because I've had that asked before, because we talk about it a lot.
That's funny.
But this is a brand that's been around since really 1997. It's one of those things that it was an idea transformed into a book, transformed into a movement, and then transformed into really what we're going to talk about tonight. So it has 3 international best-selling books. If you want to learn about the Oola life, just go Google Oola life. You'll see the books, Audible books. They took a bus, 48 states, and now it's layered in 27 layers of dreams. And they provide over 150,000 meals through their Give Back program. There's over 1 million followers of this brand. So this is not a new concept. This is not like, the 6 of us got together like, hey guys, let's come up with a cool program that we can offer. This is a platform that has been around for a while. And Oola is really a simple way of living a balanced life while you're growing in all your key areas. Because balance is one of those things that, balance is one thing. Advancing and getting better in your life is a whole nother thing. Mm-hmm. So how do you maintain that balance and like sanity of balancing all the plates while improving all those areas too? That's a whole different ball of wax. And that's what Oola was really about. When I went through here and I saw their purpose was really to make the world a better place by giving people a simple framework to accomplish that. Well, they set out on accomplishing a goal of impacting 1 million lives. And they did that in the last couple years. And now their new goal is to impact 1 billion lives over the next 7 years in a positive way with this framework. And you go, well, what's the framework? What's it all about? Mm-hmm. It really just comes down to the 7 F's. And you might have heard this. There's lots of wheels out there. Like you said, with IIN, there's wheels of life, all that kind of stuff out here. This is the first time I've seen it just be so simple and go, well, duh, I'd want to be a 10 in all of those. And so the Oola, the book is really based on how to build this Oola life with the 7 F's, and that's fitness, finances, and you've also got your family, your field, your faith, your friends, and your fun. So that brings you to all the 7 F's. So the question is how are you building your life all around those 7? Do you rate yourself a 1 or a 10 in each of those? And then if you're a 4, how do you make that a 6? How do you make that a 10? How do you improve that? And that's really what Oola is all about, is how to improve those 7 F's on a daily basis and hit the goals that you want in your life, no matter if they're small goals or big goals. And it gives you a framework to do that. Now, up until now, the only way that this was really available was, you could study a book, you could take a course, you could hire a Oola certified life coach, and it would cost anywhere from a few hundred to a few $1,000s to do that. And we actually have somebody on the line with us tonight. Erin Myers is an Oola founding ambassador, but she's also an Oola certified life coach. And so I wanted her to come on and tell her story of where she came from, how she found Oola, why she became an Oola life coach, and what it's done for her life, and then why is she excited about this? Because she's gone through the 7 Fs. She's taught the 7 Fs. So I think this would be a great time to have Erin come in and share her story.
Hi, everyone. So I am Dr. Erin Myers, and I am a former professor who actually turned entrepreneur somewhat accidentally. And that all ties into my Oola story. So thank you, James and Angel, for kind of presenting this and segueing right into this. So in at the beginning of the pandemic, so we'll just start with March 2020. I was 6 weeks postpartum, going back to work as a professor at the University of Louisville. And with 6 weeks postpartum with my third child, I guess I should start with, how many children do I have and, and what is my story personally? So at the time in March 2020, I had a 3-year-old, an 18-month-old, and then a 6-week-old. So my life was a little crazy, a little insane, and I was going back to work right at 6 weeks postpartum. So I put all the kids in daycare. Everything was great. This COVID thing was kind of like this little blip on the radar. It's happening over there. I'm keeping track of it a little bit, but not really personally affected by it. And then all of a sudden, it starts to really explode back in the US, and I get sent home to work from home. So I went back to the office for 5 days at the university before I got sent back home. And then we started having all these COVID regulations that started coming into play. And so all of a sudden, my student load increased by 66%. I got a promotion, which was wonderful. But at the same time that that was happening, my cargo pilot, UPS airplane flying husband was having to ship personal protective equipment all over the world, and daycares shut down. And so suddenly I'm trying to work 50 hours a week as the program director for a program that had 500 plus students, plus 50 faculty members, adjunct and full-time, and 3 young kids in my lap, 3 18 months and 7 weeks old. And I just ended up mentally breaking. I couldn't handle it all. I was taking the laptop to bed with me at night, and then waking up 30 minutes after falling asleep because the baby needed to be fed. So I ended up having panic attacks and getting diagnosed with severe postpartum anxiety and moderate postpartum depression with all of this happening. And so I was kind of searching for something, anything that could, kind of help me in this journey. And so I got some medical help, but I also ended up finding Oola. And so in July 2020, I finally discovered Oola and started really getting engrossed in it and the 7 Fs, and realizing that I was just massively out of balance. And no wonder I was breaking. It was because my wheel was so totally out of balance that trying to move forward on it meant that I was cracking in every step of the way. And so I cried, I laughed, I finally felt like I found my sense of purpose again when I was going through the Oola program. And I knew that I absolutely had to share this with the world. And so I became a certified Oola life coach. And I was kind of an unofficial coach anyway. And so I started incorporating it into a bunch of different practices, ended up leaving my job as a professor at the university and starting my own coaching and consulting business, utilizing the Oola framework incorporated into a lot of what I was doing. And so that is kind of how I learned about Oola, how I stumbled across it, and what it has done for me on a personal level. And that really is just helping me find balance again and feeling like I have a purpose. So not only was I able to work on my mental health, but I was also able to work on all these 6 other areas of life, as well as the other components of fitness, because mental health is part of that fitness. And I just feel like I am properly balanced. I am able to be the best mother. I'm able to be the best wife. I am able to be the best coach, consultant, even now adjunct faculty again, so that I really feel like my life is fulfilled, but in a way where I can excel in all of those different areas. And so it's really helped me find that path. And why am I excited about this 1B7 opportunity is because as a certified Oola life coach, it's wonderful to share this concept, but you're limited. You're limited to one-on-one coaching, you're limited to group coaching, which some people really need. They need to dig deep with a live coach, but I only have a certain amount of hours in my life, and only a certain amount of hours that I want to spend on my business, since now I have the opportunity to kind of shape that a little bit more than being owned by someone else. Um, and so 1B7 allows me to share that impact on a global scale in a way that I never thought was possible. And so we're taking these beautiful concepts and theories that I have seen change and shape lives, not only my own, but others. And we're able to put it in this platform that can make such a massive difference. And so I'm so super excited about that.
Well, and you did a perfect segue for me. So I'm very thankful for you being on our team. But it really kind of comes down to you were in the program of what Oola was to accomplish the get to a million, right? And like you said, there's only so much time in the day. If this company, if this movement, if this framework wants to reach 1 billion people, it has to do it differently, just like they're asking people to live differently. And so if they want to impact 1 billion lives, they're going to have to do it differently. And that's what kind of brings me to this next point. Thank you so much for sharing, Aaron. It brings me to the next point of like, well, what are we talking about then tonight? What is this lifestyle framework you speak of? Is it something magical? No, it's literally just a proven step-by-step system to give you a customized way of going through your life day to day to move towards your goals. Because that's what happens when you buy a book or you go to a seminar or whatever. You do it and then you're like, okay, well, what's next? What's now? And that's why, some books will come with a workbook or whatever it is, but it's not a framework that's customized to you that learns you as you go. And that's what this is really about. It literally is a life coach in your pocket that is activated all day long, doesn't have to wake, doesn't have to sleep, doesn't have to feed the kids, doesn't have to balance their life.
Yay.
It's a digital product that does it all with you alongside you. And that's what this is. It's at your own pace. It's not at the pace that your coach wants you to go at and you might feel pressured or whatever it is. This goes on your schedule of how much incrementally you want to grow your life. And so that's what the lifestyle we're going to talk about tonight. And that comes down to, okay, well, how is this going to work? Well, the Oola program, the platform, is broken into a year of transformation. Now there's more beyond that, but let's just focus on a year because a lot can happen in a year, as we've all learned. So that year is broken into some segments that we're going to talk about here in a second, but it really comes down to 3 factors: e-learning, community, and accountability. And if you have all those things, you can develop any program. In fact, when I was in a marketing and branding agency and owned that, that's what I did for clients. It was all about how do you set up programs that people can do at their own pace. They're part of a community where they feel that they're working towards a common goal with people. And then they're accountable to themselves, not accountable to a person, place, or thing, but accountable to themselves. So they literally get to move at their own pace. And that's what this year of transformation is really all about. And when we go through all these different phases, there's only 3 phases. It's very simple, and it breaks down that everyone can accomplish this. And so with that, I want to bring on our next guest speaker tonight. And this is a friend of Angel. So Angel, do you want to introduce Carrie?
Yeah, I mean, we met through mutual businesses, and I just love her heart, and I love her passion for really wanting to impact people's lives. And we have a lot of common ground and a lot of similarities that I feel that we're soul sisters for sure. And Carrie, I would love for you to just come on and say, at first I reached out to you and I was like, hey, I think you should really take a look at this. I think this would be something that would really jive with you. You're like, yeah, I'm good. No, thanks. And then as you're diving in more, you're like, I have to be a part of this. So kind of just share a little bit about that and kind of what made you want to say yes to this Oola movement and kind of what it's done for you so far. Because you are now an Oola founding ambassador as well.
Yeah, thank you so much, Angel, for that. I'm excited to be here. So it's good to see everyone on tonight. It's funny because I reached out to Angel because I was interested in what Oola was. And as soon as she came back to me and said it was a program or framework specific to personal growth and development, I literally was like, never mind, like I've got this part handled. So a little bit about me. Of course, my name's Carrie Harlan, and I am a wife and mom of 6 kids. And I'm in SoCal. And a little bit about my background. I am a nurse by background. I've been a nurse for the last 16 years. And um, in the last probably 6 to 7 years, I really dived into personal growth and development, specifically because I felt like I was not in balance. Something needed to change. Big family, a lot of change within the family dynamics, and I needed to take a step into something different. I really placed a lot of that on my nursing profession. And so I started diving into personal growth and development, thinking that I needed to find my way out of that. So when Angel approached me, I'm like, I've been doing work in this area for 6 or 7 years, like I'm good. But something pulled at my heart, brought me back to Oola, and I started diving in. And a couple things that stood out to me specifically about Oola, one was intentional work. So the intentional work that I thought I was doing over the last 6 or 7 years, I don't think was truly intentional to what I needed. But it definitely was referenced by a friend, a family member, reading a podcast, a book. But was it specific to what I needed? I'm not sure that that was the case, but did it help me grow? Yes, obviously it did. So with Oola, there's so much more intentional work in what I truly need, which brings me to really the second point in being, it really is a blueprint for me. Like I sit down and I work on things that are specific to me in the spectrum of those 7 principles. And so that was really the second thing. I've really been talking a lot of life into authentically showing up as yourself. But how do you do that when you don't have a blueprint to go by? And so that really was kind of the second thing that stood out to me. And then just being efficient in what I was doing. We're all busy, right? And I've heard it over the last few weeks. I'm busy, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. I don't have time, I don't have enough on. I don't have a room on my plate for this either. And just finding that balance. But if we can sit down, be intentional, work from a blueprint, we are definitely going to be more efficient in our day. And so those are a few of the things that really stood out to me. And then of course I went back and said, okay, Angel, sign me up. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's run. And so then from there, just the ambassadorship made so much sense. And it really goes back to really, I think, my profession of nursing and wanting to serve and knowing the mission behind Oola and what they're trying to do. I get to show up and I get to serve. So Oola has become a tool for me, which I'm super excited. If I go back to my nursing program or my background in nursing, you know, me wanting to shift out of that world, was that truly what I needed to do? I'm not sure, but there was so much out of balance that's what led me, you know, that was it. It was my field I needed to step out of. So I think about this last year of COVID, like Angel had said, there's been so much, and I know Erin, you know, went through her trials too. There's been so much, but if we think of healthcare even prior to COVID, there's so much burnout and there's so much need that probably will be a really sweet spot for me in my mission over this next year is really diving into the healthcare area to really support them because COVID just added an additional layer to what people are already experiencing. And so I'm really excited to see where that goes. Just as everyone had said, Angel, just there's so many in need. I'm excited to show up and be able to serve and give back. And this is really my way of doing that.
That is so perfect.
A beautiful testimony. Oh my gosh. And you hit the nail on the head as far as like the nursing and the healthcare and all of that. Like I know so many friends that work so many long shifts that don't take care of their health, their families, you know, at risk. And so I love that that's kind of like in your little heart right now to really help those people that are in the healthcare system. And it just goes to show you have the nurse's heart for sure. I love your testimony.
Well, and the thing is too, is you really put it out there where, like, this product is living authentic. Like, that's literally the product that we're showing to people. And that, again, perfect segue into what we're talking about next is, what does this look like? And it really comes down to 3 phases. The phase you just talked about,
Yep.
designing your blueprint for you, not what I think you should do. You sit down and go, okay, the blueprint that I want is based on where I see myself and where I'm falling short, or where I feel good in my life. And like you said too, if you had this framework back when you were going through that process, maybe you would have been able to stay with nursing and balance some other things and stuff like that. Imagine as a 14-year-old or an 18-year-old or a 21-year-old or any of those ages that we could throw out, and going, wow, if I had known how to balance my life more and had a framework where I didn't have to, because I think when we were younger, like, we don't want to be accountable to people. And so, we don't need help. We don't need anything. But with this framework, you can go to a 14-year-old and go, hey, I don't even know what your blueprint's going to be. You fill it out, do it yourself. And this entire program is going to be customized to that person, whether they're 14 or 52, it's going to be completely customized. So they're going to go through, they're going to design their blueprint and go, okay, this is what I need. And then the system's going to go and design a breakthrough experience for that person for 12 weeks. And so every week you'll have courses to go through, you'll have a workbook, you'll be able to plug into all these different things. If your finance was low, or your faith was low, or your family, or whatever F was low for you, it's going to give you the tools to improve that. Now, is your life going to change like that overnight? No. The awareness will change overnight. The growth will come over time. And that's why this breakthrough experience is really a time where you get through those blockers, like self-sabotage and fear and all those things that really hold you back from attaining your goals in every area of your life. That's what this 12 weeks is. And you have your own dashboard. So it's kind of gamifies personal growth and development. So if you've ever done any of the things like MyFitnessPal or the Apple Watch app where you're getting badges and all that kind of stuff, that's what you're going to do in here. It's going to make this a fun thing to do versus like, I got to sit down and carve out 10 minutes to read my 10 pages and then put in my notebook and journal and do all that stuff. That's all going to be integrated. This is 9 years or more-ish of content into one digital platform that's designed to help you get to your goals, whatever those goals are for you. And it really makes it so simple. And it gives you the accountability of working in small groups, large communities, or even live events, which you're going to talk about here in a second. And so that's just trying to give you a look at what that's going to look like and bring on our next speaker. Now, Jean is somebody that we're becoming very aware of very quickly. She was enrolled by our next speaker after this, Mick, and she kind of came in just on fire because I wanted to bring her on before we really started talking about the business side of this, because Jean has been in home-based businesses before. So she's very familiar with this. And when she saw this, she saw something that she could complement what she's currently doing, because that's one of the things I really want to make apparent tonight. Yeah. We're not on here saying, hey, whatever you're doing, do Oola instead of. We're saying whatever you're doing, add Oola in to make whatever you're doing better. I don't care if that's a home-based business, if you're a nurse, if you're a mom, if you're a firefighter, if you live in Nicaragua and you just have fun on the beach every day, whatever your profession is, that's what you want to add this to so your life gets better. So Jean, I'd love to kind of hear your story and just have you tell a little bit about who you are and what has you excited about Oola and how it's kind of impacted you so far.
Uh-oh. I think you're muted.
Unmuting. There we go. Yes, thank you so much for having me on. And you are absolutely right. I do other things. I'm multi-passionate. I've always been a multi-passionate entrepreneur, which can be a little tricky when it comes to branding yourself. But oh my gosh, I'm all about multiple streams of income. And that kind of worked well in 2020 because some of my income tanked and others were okay. So I didn't have the whole panic attack that many people might have. Because I still had other streams of income that were coming in. Some of them slowed to a bit of a trickle, but hey. And when Mick came to me and just was like, hey, you should take a look at this. I think I got an email. I was like, where have I been? Because I have bookshelves, or had bookshelves. I should tell you, I'm living the tiny house RV life right now. So I don't have a location. If it's warm weather, I'm there. That's what I can tell you. Right now I'm in Minnesota, but I spent winter in Arizona, California, yada, yada. And I work remotely. So this works great. But when Oola came along, I'm like, Oola, what's Oola? Felt like I been living with my head in a bucket or something, because I'm like, what? I have never heard of this. And I've read all the self-help gurus. I mean, I thought I had. And then suddenly I'm like, who are these guys and what are they talking about? And I start digging into it a little bit. And I just took one look and I'm like, what? Oh my gosh. It's like they've condensed all my learning down into this manageable platform that, because when you're out there, and if you're into self-help at all, or you're into self-development and growth, of course you're reading this, that, and the other thing. And then you try to put the pieces of the puzzle together yourself. Or I mean, I do, because I'm like, there's a book out there called The Miracle Morning. I don't know if you know about it, but I'm not a morning person. I love the concept, but oh my gosh. And if you've got, multiple children, I don't know about you. I'm just like, I don't think I can do that, people. And, so this, because it's tailored to you and what you want, I can take that into account. And I'm just like, yes, sign me up. So then I thought, well, yeah, I definitely want to share this with people, because some of my other streams of income are not for everybody. And not everybody's comfortable with them, or not everybody wants to do, not everybody's into health. Let's just be real. I mean, we should be, but we're not. Or not everybody's into crypto, or not everybody's into whatever it is that's out there. But who's not into being a better you? I mean, seriously. And so I thought, I'm going to reach out and I'm just going to see. And then some of the people that I reached out to were like, oh my gosh, I love the Oola guys. Here's the book. And, they're sending me pictures of themselves with the book. And that just confirmed to me, I really have been living under a rock. I need to get on the train here, people. And so I jumped in both feet, and I tend to do that anyway. But the big thing for me is the impact. I think this can impact anyone, from a teenager to, my grandmother. If they have any inkling of, I'm not done yet, I want to set this up, I want to improve in this area of my life, oh my gosh. And it was a great reminder for me, because as much, personal growth development that I've read, when I took the test, if you want to call it a test, the Oola wheel, I'm out of balance in a couple of those areas. And it was a great reminder. I mean, I think I knew that kind of in the back of my head, but this just puts it front and center for you in a very nice way. You don't feel like, oh, you're not guilty or anything, but you're like, yeah, I need to work on that just a little bit. Right. So I felt like this encapsulates everything. It puts it where we all carry this around all day, every day. And if we don't have it, we panic. Right. So if I can have a personal coach in my pocket, I'm golden. And the business opportunity to me is just like we're putting the cherry on the top. Hey, if you're recommending this to people already, maybe you'd like to make a little money. Maybe you wouldn't. That's totally up to you. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, is that it, like you said, it complements what you're doing. It puts it all into one manageable thing, and then it's personal to you. So however you want to go through it, that's what you do, which segues, Gene, right into my next slide. I do appreciate everybody sharing their stories and just lining it up for the next thing, because it comes down to your personalized path. Whatever path you're on, if you're a home-based business owner, if you're a brick and mortar, if you're an employee, if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're a stay-at-home dad, if you're a grandparent, if you're a student, whatever you are, it goes, okay, now that we've gotten through those blockers in phase 2 and gone, okay, here's your break, how you're going to break through that. Now let's give you your path to actually attain those goals on a long-term basis. So remember, this is a year-long process. that makes it fun and exciting to actually go through. And so that's the 3 phases of it. If you want to kind of see more of the details of what this is going to look like, A, you can get access to it on June 7th. Or B, we have a lot of videos and graphics and screenshots that people can tag you in this group to kind of give you some sneak peeks of what's going on. But I've never seen anything like it in all the years I've been in personal growth and development. And it's something that is accessible to everybody. And then on top of this, you have inner circles, summits, and Oola Paloozas. So on top of the digital side of this and the e-learning side and all that stuff, then we have all these events you can pour into and attend at free of cost. So these inner circles and summits are completely included. If you are a person that loves to go to huge, blown out, transformational, experiential events, we've got Oola Palooza once a year that you can go to. That's a paid event. It's not required by anybody, but it's just another thing to plug into to get to that next level if you're looking to conquer through some of those blockers that maybe you can't do yourself. Maybe you do need a coach and accountability to do that. And then we've got the app, just like Jean said, having that in the palm of your hand going, hey, did you get through that streak? Did you hit that one action step you said you wanted to do today? Having those little reminders. And then when you do something, having a big congratulations, you hit your 3rd streak of the day. Go share it on social media. Go share it with your friends, just like you would a walking app or anything like that. It's going to track every action step, all of your goals, journaling, all in one location. And so this is not an app that someone's purchasing. The app is one of the many accountability tools that go along with this platform. So people always go,
one little thing.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
I share one little thing is going back to this is, as you're setting up your goals and as you're hitting your streaks, as he's talking about, you will come across different blockers that you have in your life. Like, cause I've noticed a lot of stuff that I've done in my past was self-sabotage, but that's from prior stuff that's happened to me as a child, right? But they give you accelerators and learning how to break through those and learning how to shift your mindset into an accelerator to get you through that blocker. So we're not saying every path is going to be perfect, but it's going to make you aware of what has been holding you back. Because like he said, we can go to all these self-help, events and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Then you get home and life gets busy. And then you have 3 kids and your husband's traveling and life just happens. And then you have a blocker of like, I'm not worthy, to get that next level. So just knowing too, that there are going to be blockers that you're going to be aware of, but there's going to be accelerators that they share with you of how to shift from a blocker to an accelerator to push you through that next level. And I love that about that, because I know for myself, I've held myself back in so many different areas of my life from blockers. And if I would have known like to have help within those and like being aware of that and be like, okay, I'm aware that's happening, but then how do I shift it and how do I push through that?
So true. And having it where it's accessible to you at all times.
Right.
And you don't be like, oh, I forgot my journal at home. Oh, I forgot my planner at home. I'm a planner person. I like to write
stuff. And then
stuff.
having your inner circle people that you can communicate with and have accountability as well.
Yeah. And everything we're showing you tonight, think of it like whatever you think this is, it's 100 times better than what you can kind of imagine and perceive. We're doing very brief overview. Everyone's going to have full access to this on June 7th, and people can choose. Do they want to be a member or an ambassador?
You're lucky. No one knows about this
yet. No one knows about
this.
And so if you look at this, and the next part we're going to talk about is really the ambassador side of this. But if you're looking at all the things and you heard all the stories, you go, no, I need a little Oola in my life. On June 7th, you can become a member. It's a $77 one time for the first month, fully 30-day refundable. If it doesn't work, you don't like it, you get all your $77 back. If you like it, after that, it's $47 per month. Cancel any time, no contract, no commitment. You just keep going and keep building and growing your goals. If you love that process, you go through your blueprint, you go through your path. This is all amazing. You're like, wait a minute. Just like Jean said, I know people that need this in all walks of life. I'm going to become an ambassador. Well, here's the huge investment that it costs to become an ambassador. It's a one-time $50 per year, not per month. There's no quotas. There's nothing that you have to do or people you have to enroll. As an ambassador, you just get access to the ability to earn income for doing probably what you would do anyway. Just like I think Carrie said, or whoever was talked about the podcast, where it's like, hey, what podcast do you listen to? What book did you read? If you ever referred a podcast, a book, a course, a trainer, a coach, raise your hand, put it in the comments and go, yes, I have. And then ask yourself, did I get paid from that? Did the author send me a royalty? Did the trainer give me a referral fee? Probably not, because you were doing it literally out of the goodness of wanting to help somebody. Here, you are just going to do the same thing, but the Oola guys have decided to share in the revenue of the entire company because they know if they want to reach 1 billion people, they need 1 million ambassadors worldwide, because we're going to be global, to have 1,000 people in their businesses each. There you go.
And
1
that's why
billion
they
people.
decided, within this year to do this network marketing arm.
Yeah.
Because they want to reach 1 billion lives in the next 7 years. So I know you're probably going to talk about that, but it was because of this, so that we could reach the masses. And that's one way of doing it.
Well, one of the things you'll hear a lot of these are the Oola guys. So it's Dr. Dave and Dr. Troy. Their background is actually holistic chiropractic way back in the day. Dr. Troy, who's standing up there, was retired at the age of 42, completely debt-free, doesn't have to work another day in his life. Dr. Dave met him back in the late 90s and learned how Dr. Troy kind of had what they didn't refer to as Oola back then, but balance. And he learned what he had. And then, being the young Dr. Dave was back then, said, okay, I've got this. He had the big house. He was making tons of money. And then he lost it all. Divorce, bankruptcy, living in a hotel. And he's like, what happened? And so he called Dr. Troy and he's like, well, are you living the Oola life? He's like, I did that, man. I already checked that box off. He's like, that's not a box to check. You always do that. And so they met, they reconvened. And basically Dr. Troy said, hey, if you get your life back together and get Oola back, we're going to write a book together. And we're going to tell the world about this, because that's what Dr. Dave wanted to do. But he said, we're not writing a book unless you can do this and put it into practice and get from, 5 kids living in a hotel, bankrupt and divorced, to a place where you are not that and you're a success in your eyes and God's eyes. And then we can write a book. And so that's where the first book came from, was from really Dr. Dave going through that process of getting his Oola back from what they call the Oola guru, which is Dr. Troy, even though he hates being called that. And so they got together and did that. Now, like we talked about in the beginning, they achieved that reach 1 million people. Now, how do we reach 1 billion? Well, if you've ever been approached by a friend that said, oh my gosh, you've got to try this bike bell. This bike bell is just amazing and you'll love this bike bell too. And they try to get you to buy a bike bell. You've most likely been exposed to a home-based business in some way, shape, or form. Well, the reason that most companies use that, it's a very efficient way to get into the market. But most companies operate like this. They go, hey, Angel, I've got an idea for a bike bell. And they come up with this bike bell on the spot. And then they build this compensation plan around it. And they go find some people that want to sell their bike bell. And that's how most home-based businesses are born. The reason that they're going into a home-based business, like you said, and network marketing, is so they can reach 1 billion people within 7 years. It's not so this company can be valued at $1 billion.
Yeah.
That's not what they're looking to do.
Been done.
It's already been done. They've already made a multi-million-dollar company out of Oola. Now they want to go and affect the masses. And that's why I want to bring, I love that picture, Mick.
I love it.
I want to bring Mick on next. He's like, I want to bring Mick on because Mick came into this, and now, since he's been with Oola, has now enrolled, I think, 59 people. I think I saw a boom text come in, but he's enrolled 59 personal enrollments as ambassadors. And he's been in this home-based business space for 18 years, just like me. He's seen a lot. He's made a lot of money in this space. I won't steal his thunder from where he lives and all that fun stuff, because it's a cool story. But I wanted him to come on and share a little bit about how is this business different than what he's seen, and what has Oola done for him too, being exposed only for the last month and a half, really, of what Oola is. And then, of course, your background too, Mick. So I'd love for you to come on and share a little bit.
Absolutely. Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks for all the sharing that you have done already, Gene and Aaron and Carrie, James and Angel. Excellent. Yeah, I am actually now almost 18 years of working from home and in the direct sales industry. It's been a real blessing in my life. And it's what I love to do. And so right now, my family and I are actually over in Nicaragua, of all places, in Central America. And yeah, as I say that, I'm like, wow, I'm in Nicaragua. Like, it's pretty crazy. But, that's just an example of what we've lived through in the last 15 months. None of us could have ever been prepared for. There's no way. It's never happened. And so, drastic things happen. And so I just saw an opportunity for Vicky and I, my wife, to just move here with our kids, kind of get away from the madness for a while and watch it from afar and let our kids be kids, and climb trees and get skinned up and see a new culture and things like that. So, and it's interesting, the ability to do that came from doing network marketing over all these years, because you can't, if you're at a job or a profession, you can't just pick up and leave because your income would stop. So I'm thankful for this profession. I love the profession. So we're over here with our 10 and 12-year-old. Vicky and I have been married 17 years. I also have a 36-year-old and 2 grandkids that live in Central California. And we're actually going to be going back to Idaho in a few months after the kids finish school here. Get back on the home turf. We love the USA. I mean, we're very grateful for this experience, and our kids will never forget it for the rest of their life. So that's kind of how we got here. And I actually got here and I was thinking I was going to retire. So I've done some smart investing and things over the years. And I got here, I didn't last but a few weeks, and I started getting itchy. I'm like, I got to do something. I just love building community and networks and organizations. It's just what I do. And so I started looking around and then discovered here in Nicaragua, where we're at, there's no shipping. There's no Amazon, there's no FedEx, there's no UPS, there's no mail, there's nothing. You just live off of what's here. So I'm like, gosh, I can't really do that, and I can't do that. And then I was on Facebook one day and I saw my friend Mike on there posted that he had just gave his life to Christ. And I'm like, wow, that's the most positive thing I've seen all day on social media. And so I reached out and we started talking, and he goes, yeah, I got with these Oola guys and I'm really going to be getting my life back in balance. And I wanted to start with my faith. And I was just like, I just got chills all over my body. And I'm like, what the heck is Oola? And so he told me, and I'm like, what? And so I started researching it. Then I saw that it was also going to be a business. And I'm like, this could not have come at a better time, because in my own personal life, I realized that I had gotten out of balance. I mean, somebody I was talking to today, I said, you, I, and everyone I know could use some Oola in their life right now, because we've never been through something like we've just been through. I mean, if a person didn't get out of whack, I don't know how. I mean, it's affected all of us somehow. So I was like, this is exactly what I need. So the product of Oola, the framework, is what really drew me in. So I'm like, I need this really badly in my own personal life right now. I know I do. And I had known it for months, but I just didn't want to admit it or address it. And then when Mike shared that, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I need. So I started immediately digging into the Oola framework, and it's already positively affected me. I mean, I had become somewhat of a hermit during all this COVID thing and all this stuff we've lived through. And I knew it, but I didn't know how to get out of it. And now that Oola's been brought into my life, now we're doing things like this. We've got our power hours every morning. There's hope, there's love, there's encouragement. And it's just, I'm like soaking it up. And I know that so many more people need it too. Even if they don't want to say it, they need it. I mean, and so the product really drew me in, and then becoming an ambassador was kind of a no-brainer. I love opportunity. I see that the need in the marketplace for this. I don't think anyone is exempt from needing something like this. And so I just dug into it, and then I saw the rewards plan, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am totally gonna do this. So I'm just excited to be here. I'm excited that Mike shared what he shared and got me here. And I really feel it in my heart that we're in the right place and going to really positively impact a lot of people. The price point is low, so people can afford it. It's digital, so it can go anywhere around the world. There's so many good things about this, and I'm just excited to be one of the founding ambassadors to be able to help spearhead this thing and do my part to spread the Oola love around the world.
Well, Mick, let me ask you a quick question, because you've been in the industry for 18 years, and there might be some people watching this that have been exposed somehow, way, shape, or form to home-based business. So I would love to hear, like, what's the one thing that's caused you to have success here very quickly without really a tangible product or anything you can actually show somebody? How have you had that success? What would you say, this is a difference maker this time around? I know different product, different service, those things, but what has been the difference maker for you in terms of not only you having success, but Gene and John and other people on your team that are having similar success, and before we even have a product? What's been the difference maker for you?
I think there's a couple key things. Number one, personal growth and development. Who would say, I don't need any of that? I'm a 10 in every part of my life. Not too many people would. So when you do the reach outs, which is going to lead to the second part of this, the way people receive this, because it's around personal growth and development, not, hey, I got this new shake, you got to drink, man, your weight's going to fall off. All the things that we've done in the past. This is so different. It's very rare. And so people receive it very well. Like, you very seldom get, is this one of those things, or is this network marketing? I think out of 300 people I've shared this with, I got that one time. So it's very different that way. But the second and most important part is this system that you guys have put together that's all done. We don't have to create anything, and it's already duplicating. So the support here, the system and the team support with you guys is just absolutely incredible. I mean, those power hours every morning, like, I get up at 5 a.m. and I'm like, gosh, it's still 2 hours till power hour. I'm like ready to go. I love it, because everything in the past I've been exposed to was a leader saying, hey, you do ABC 1, 2, 3, go do it, good luck. And that's how it's been. Well, in this system, we do it together as a team, and it's magical. It's fun, it's simple, it's magical. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, and that's what we love about it too. It's like, this is a family. This really isn't a business, because it's a family of people just wanting to get better in whatever area they need to in their life, and us just helping and supporting each other as we go through that process. And that's what this is all about. I love when you share your story, Mick. So thank you so much.
I don't know if you guys have God bumps right now, but I totally do. Your story is just so inspiring, Mick, and thank you for sharing. And I wanted to say something you kind of dove into as well, is I think a lot of us, when we do personal development and we really want to do better for ourselves, I think sometimes we have a hard time being real and authentic with, let's say, a life coach that we've hired. That's me. I've hired a life coach before, and sometimes it's been really hard for me to be vulnerable and real with all my stuff, right? Because we're not all perfect, right? So we come unbroken. But with Oola, it allows you to strip down and be raw and real with yourself, because it's your own framework, it's your own journey, it's your own goals, and no one's going to know what you're doing but you through this framework and through this platform. So that's what I get excited about, is because I'm like, now I can be more vulnerable, because I know it's hard for us sometimes because of doubt and guilt and shame and fear and all those things that come swirling through my mind as I'm writing stuff down, or if I'm wanting to share with a friend or wanting to share with the life coach, is like, should I tell him I did that, or should I tell him I not? Like, what do you leave out? You know what I mean? It's just it's basically like, for me, it's being raw and real with God. And now it's like in your framework of your platform of like how to go to that next level. So I love that you share that as well. It's like, it allows you to go on your own journey, raw and real with yourself. And who doesn't need that?
Well, and that's why I think a lot of the personal growth and development programs are designed out there. They're designed for you to get real with yourself. And that's why, like, I've been to like so many Tony Robbins events and all that kind of stuff. People are looking for that moment, that like, oh, what's that breakthrough moment? And that breakthrough moment is when somebody's real and raw with themselves and go, this is where I am right now. I'm truthful with it. Now, sometimes you need somebody that's 7 feet tall, and extremely intimidating, that does a lot of this and things to get you to realize where you are right now, to almost shock you and go, okay, now I get it. Now I can break through. And with this framework, it allows you to be authentic and intimate at the same time. And it doesn't require this blast of energy. It just requires you to be honest with going through the framework and making it who you are and what it's all about. And as I wrap up here tonight, I just want you to, like you said in the beginning, open heart, open mind. That's what this is really all about, because that's how the founders and co-founders of this company are.
So humble.
They're
Oh my
raw.
gosh.
They're real. The founders, the Oola guys, Dr. Dave and Dr. Troy, have never built a business in the home-based business. They were going to come out with what we talked about as their own framework, as their own platform. They were going to launch it on July 7th. They were going to maybe do an affiliate program or something like that. They had no intention to do that as a home-based business and direct sales until their friend Travis Ogden, who one of the co-founders, which is Dr. Troy, lives about 6 miles. They go to lunch at least once a month. And they said, hey, Travis, would you check out this new thing we're coming out with? I just want to show it to you. And Travis was like, it was like letting someone come into a room with a Lamborghini sitting in the room, and there was a Ford engine inside the Lamborghini from like 1950. And you're a brand new Lamborghini. And Travis was like, why are you going to put that engine into that car? Because he knew what this framework did for him when he learned about it in a company where he actually partnered with the Oola guys and brought them in to a company that he helped get to $1 billion. And then when he left that company, went to another company, he helped the next company get to $1 billion. He gives credit to the Oola guys for teaching him how to do that and have that balance. And so when he saw what they were going to come out with, he's like, you guys got to bring this in home-based business, because the world is aching for something like this, whether they're in a home-based business or not. Whatever they're offering or whatever unbelievable, incredible products they have, because we use products from like every company that's out there, because we support our friends.
We love it.
It's our whole closet is from other companies. But at the same time, personal growth is what creates success at these companies. And Travis knew that, managing and being a CEO of 2 now multi-billion-dollar companies. He knew the reason that person A had success and person B did not is personal growth. And that's why, people in home-based business go, oh, this is a business that's wrapped around a personal growth and development program. Well, you have to do personal growth to have success. This is literally a business that is personal growth and development. And that's where this all came from. And so really Travis convinced them to go, he said, I'll come out of my retirement, because he was retired, he was done. I'll come out of my retirement and I'll help you build this. And I'll be a co-founder. I'll put my money on the line and I'll be a CEO of the company and I'll run the direct sales side. So who's this for? Anybody that wants to have multiple streams of income, anybody that likes being first, because right now, no one knows about this. On June 7th, more people will know about it. On July 7th, millions of people will know about it, because that's the reach of Oola. And so if you're a person that likes to be in first, if you've done this professionally, maybe you've had a home-based business and maybe you want to add to your portfolio, or you're just looking for something new, that's what this is for. If you want to work from Nicaragua, Southern California, your RV life, wherever you want to live from, or if you're at home with your kids and your husband, wherever that's from, you can do this business from anywhere. All you need is Wi-Fi and you're good to go. You don't even need to ship products, because like in Nicaragua, they don't have mail there. So you're okay. Who this isn't for, and this is important as we kind of wrap this up, this is not for people that are looking for get rich quick. This isn't for somebody going, oh, wow, I can profit off personal growth and development now. Wow, let's go. But here's my little secret. If you are a person watching this and I can make a lot of money off this, great. We want you to come in, because the only way that you can earn income here is by helping people change their lives through the Oola platform.
Amen.
Anyone that's unwilling or learning to grow, like a couple people said on this call, if you come up with a person that goes, you know what, I'm good, I have all the personal growth I'll ever need, wonderful. This wasn't made for you. This is made for the person that never wants to stop growing. If you don't take responsibility for your own results and you go, well, the reason my life is because of the president or the economy or the COVID or the this or the that, if you don't take responsibility for your own life and your own results, probably not going to be a good fit here. Lastly, if you like to judge, compare, have drama, see yourself as superior to other people, and you know what's best, probably not a good place for you, because this is the most humble group of people. Our entire team and our entire company is made up of like-minded individuals that go, I'm not the reason The framework is the reason. That's what somebody is going to go through. You're going to grow in your 7Fs how you want to grow, not how I think you should grow. Really important differential there. So that's who it's not for. The compensation plan, we're not going to go into this a lot tonight. We really just wanted to share everyone's story with you tonight. I know we're going a little over, but the compensation plan, you're talking a digital product. There's a large profit that the company is sharing with anyone that wants to share this. If you want to learn more about this compensation plan, it really boils down to some really simple concepts where when somebody enrolls, there's a bonus. When you enroll 3 people, your $47 a month is free. The more members you enroll, the more income you can earn simply by members. So if you know nonprofits, corporations, companies, small businesses, large businesses, other direct sales companies that want more personal growth and development and create more wellness in their culture, you could go and enroll 1,000 people at a company, 2,000 people at a company, put this into their corporate wellness program. You never have to enroll another person as an ambassador, and we can show you how to make a few hundred or a few $1,000s a month simply referring members to the platform. But if you're someone like a few people on this call have been, where you go, well, wait a minute, what if I helped other people become ambassadors? What does that look like? Well, anywhere you can earn anywhere from $200 a month upwards to you name the number, you can make it. There's actually guaranteed numbers you can make. So if you go, I really want to make an extra $2,000 a month for my family, great. Get to Diamond, you're going to make a minimum of $2,000 a month. And on top of that, so the compensation plan is really one that's based out of a family. It's not really one where you have hierarchies or nineries or levels or anything like this. This is everybody literally working together. Our team can attest to this. We meet every single morning for a power hour where we just talk about what we're working on, the challenges we're going through. We believe if you're going to build this business, living the Oola life is part of that. And being accountable to your actions and what you say you want to go do is important. And so we hold not just ourselves accountable, but our team to what their goals are. Because the goals, if you're watching this, if your goal is to, hey, I'd love to do this and get free $47 a month, I want to refer 3 friends. Great. If you're a person that goes, I want to make a multiple 6-figure business from home, empowering other people around the globe, you could do that too, because day one, you can enroll members wherever there's Wi-Fi. If you have Wi-Fi, you can enroll a member. Our ambassadorship is only available in the US right now. After we officially launch on July 7th, it will roll out very quickly to places. They've already slated it out to Canada, Australia, UK, Asia, Africa, you name it. It'll go everywhere ambassador-wise because there's no product to get approved anywhere. It's literally just going and applying for the permission to be able to have that business there. Do you want to add something?
No.
Oh, thought you did. And so becoming a founding ambassador, the first 10,000 people in, you're a founding ambassador. You have to do absolutely nothing, but become part of the program, live the Oola life, and go through the platform. And you're going to get a cool founder's key, a little founder's gift box as just a thank you for being one of the first 10,000 in. And you might say to yourself, well, how many people are in now? There's about 2,600 people in. And most of the world does not know about this. And remember, the goal is 1 million. 2 million ambassadors.
Baby.
The millions of ambassadors are going to look back and go, man, that Jean was lucky. She got in at the right time.
Yeah.
It wasn't about luck. It was about, this was the right time for Jean to get in, because the millionth member, it'll be the right time for that member to get in at
Very
that
true.
time. So the opportunity won't be different per se, but right now, no one knows about this. You post, have you ever heard of Oola on your wall and you've never read an Oola book, and you go, who's heard of Oola? You're going to be like, Oola what? Oola who? Like, people are going to ask you what that is. And you could be a founding ambassador really just by going, let's see what happens if I were to partake in this platform and start to share it with others, because it's good to be first. We're going to launch this to the global world on 7/7/21. Everyone that's watching this or watches maybe the recording of this over the next couple of days, you'll be able to have access on 6/7 to the full platform, which will be version 2.0. They've already have version 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 ready to roll out over the next couple of years. So we're going to be in version 2, which is a customized platform that brings you through that. Constantly going to be adding to it. You can have first access to that on June 7th. But again, this is not a contract. There's no commitment. If this is something that's going to work for you, it works for you. And if you can go and say, hey, what if one word could change the world? And that's Oola. And is Oola going to change the world? No, it's people that are living a more balanced life, because I think anyone could agree. I don't care what party you are aligned with or what you believe about what happened over the last year. If our leaders, if people in the world in general had a framework for more balance, do you think our world would be in a different place? I honestly believe it would. If people knew how to balance their life, if they were happy with what they have right now, and they could have hope of where they're going for $47 a month, or possibly free if they refer 3 friends, that could change the world. Imagine if, and this is the dream and the vision of our CEOs and our founders, is they want to walk into, a hookah lounge in some crazy foreign land and say, who has heard of Oola? And they want 1 in 7 people to stand up and go, I do. I actually have the app right here. I'm here with fun with my friends. I'm doing it right now. 1 in 7 they want. What if 2 in 7, 3 in 7, 7 in 7? What would happen if everyone knew what Oola was, and was working on a more balanced living that life? And that's what your opportunity is tonight. So I would encourage you, if you had a tug at your heart, or you go, you know what, maybe I could be open to the member side of this or the ambassador side of this. I'd encourage you, get back with the person that shared this with you tonight and just say, hey, I think I might want to learn a little bit more about this. What can you tell me? What would be my next step? Where would I go after this? How do I get involved? Because right now, there's no cost. It's completely free. On June 7th, that's when we'll have the $47 a month and all that kind of stuff start coming out, where we're going to be able to have access to that platform. If you want to wait and just dig in a little more, you're already before everyone else. Go on your own pace. Don't feel pressured and go, oh, I got to get it now. Oh my gosh, I should get all my friends in. But if you're a person that sees the opportunity right now, I would encourage you, get involved now, get enrolled, and go see and find 7 people that want to do this journey with you. And you can build a really huge business here, really helping other people getting to their next level of life, whatever that is. So any closing words?
Just reflecting on yourself, maybe if you're kind of sitting on the fence, I don't know what to do, is just reflecting on what dreams do you have inside of you? Have you accomplished all of those dreams and all of those goals that you've ever wanted to do? And I love that Troy and Dave go around collecting dreams. That's what that Oola bus is about. There's stickers that people post on the bus of their dreams. And so just think about, what are your dreams? And yes, you can achieve them, right? I think sometimes, again, we have upper limit beliefs in our mind of we can't achieve that. But maybe just tonight, reflect on that and write out your dreams. What do you want in life? And, maybe this is the thing that will help you get to that. Who knows, right? It's refundable. So you really have nothing to lose here. And you have a great community here. As you see, everyone in this group, everyone on this panel right now that you're seeing, we're all a family, and we all met through Oola now. And so we get to call each other sisters and brothers and do this thing together. So I'm super excited to see where this goes, and to launch on 6/7, just 6 short days, and be a part of this.
Well, thank you so much for everyone for joining us tonight. Thank you to our panelists. You guys did an amazing job. We did this kind of on the fly. We're like, hey, you guys want to speak tonight? And we just put this together. So we're just so excited for you all to be on this journey with us. And if you decide to get on the journey tonight, let us know, reach out. Like, this is a family. So if you have questions, if you go, I don't understand this, I don't understand that, I would encourage you, if you are sitting there right now and you got that little tug and you go, maybe this could be it. Maybe I could actually get out of debt. Maybe I could actually save for my future. Maybe I could actually get out of my job. Maybe I could have a better relationship with my friends, or like Mick said, actually, be surrounded by a community that encourages me on a daily basis.
Save my marriage.
Or may save my marriage. If it's that for you, get back with the person that really kind of shared this with you tonight, and first thank them and just be like, thanks for sharing it with me. And here's how the next step that I want to take and go down that path, because I guarantee you will not be disappointed once you really come into the family and actually meet us person to person. So that'll be a lot of fun.
We might love on you too much.
A little too much, yeah. Okay. So thank you so much for tonight, guys. Have a great evening. God bless, and we'll see you on the next one. Till then, have faith, be grateful, have faith, and go get your Oola.
Yes.
Bye for now.
Bye.